Now, with everybody freaking out about the coronavirus and making store shelves look like the Chargers trophy case, we can say it's been one hectic week around the Raider Nation. And when you thought it couldn't get any worse than Mark Davis's haircut, it did. The Las Vegas NFL Draft looks to be one of the many events that got canceled over the weekend. That means your boy's not going to be going to Las Vegas, all because of the coronavirus. God dang. But even with all that craziness going around, at least we got the NFL free agency. So with that being said, let's recap day one of free agency for our Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go.
You tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
So for the first signing of the day, the Raiders signed linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski. Oh no, it's the Raiders signed linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski to a 3-year, $21 million contract with $13.5 million guaranteed. Now, I think this is a really great underrated move for an underrated player who I think is only going to go up from here. Only 26 years old, linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski came into the Bears starting lineup last year once Danny Trevathan went down with injury in week 11. He did nothing but overexceed what they wanted him to do, and he was a fan favorite among a lot of Bears fans. And if you were to look online, on Twitter, on Instagram, a lot of Bears fans were kind of sad about this news. They did not want him to leave. They rather have him than Danny Trevathan. Now, Danny Trevathan was one guy that I thought the Raiders should go out and sign, and Nick Kwiatkowski, I believe, was like an underrated player that I didn't know if the Raiders were actually going to go and get him, but they did, and I believe he's going to be a solid move for the Raiders to come in and maybe compete for a starting job. And I believe this is probably the most underrated great value pick of the day for free agency, and not because he's just a Raider, but he does a lot of great things. He's a solid player in coverage, a sure tackler. If you look at his stats from last year in 2019, with only 8 starts, he had 76 tackles, 3 sacks, and 1 interception. A former 4th round pick from West Virginia, he's still only 27 years old, and I believe he's a solid pickup for our linebacker position. You guys know how thin our linebacker room is already right now, with only Marquel Lee in the room, and I still believe that the Raiders are still going to make moves. A lot of people keep saying online, oh, does this mean that the Raiders are not going to go after Corey Littleton, or they're going to be done with linebackers? No, there's a lot of void to fill at the linebacker position, and I believe the Raiders are still going to go out and pursue Corey Littleton, and hopefully later on today we can see if the Raiders actually go and get one of these top linebackers like Joe Schober or Corey Littleton, who's still available, and maybe go into the draft and still draft the linebacker in the 1st round or the 3rd round, wherever. I do believe that they should still bring back Vontaze Burfict and maybe bring in Will Compton to beat some dead tart piece for the linebacker position. It was the first signing of the day, and it was the only signing of the day for a while till, the other player that we picked up, which I'm going to get to later. Mike Mayock is doing a great job. This is a solid contract as well. Only $13.5 million guaranteed, and it's a 3-year contract. And I believe if he performs well, he's going to be with the team for the next 3 years in Las Vegas. So I love this move. My free agency grade for Nick Kwiatkowski is a B.
You gonna stop repeating the call on the line of scrimmage?
I thought
Dude, you repeat it every single time.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you go into gut insert?
Now moving on to the most exciting news of the day. If you guys already know, my cousin is coming to Las Vegas. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah! What?
Got my neck and my back going crazy right now because the Raiders went and signed quarterback Marcus Mariota, former Tennessee Titan, former Heisman Trophy winner, former 2nd overall pick in the 2015 NFL draft, and I cannot believe we actually got him. You guys know that I alluded to this earlier last week of the Raiders supposedly maybe going after Marcus Mariota. Now I believe this is the best move for the Raiders. Now I believe this is the best quarterback move for the Raiders in this offseason. It was going out and getting a solid backup, or maybe a starter for the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now I believe this move lights a little fire under Derek Carr to actually ball out in this 2020 season, because Marcus Mariota is coming in to compete, and I believe that is the best thing for the Raiders, to bring in some competition for Derek Carr, so Derek Carr doesn't chill, relax, and think this is all his job, which I believe Marcus Mariota, if anything, is a solid backup, and I believe he's the best backup in the NFL, and I believe we paid for the best backup in the NFL. And if anything was to happen to Derek Carr, whether he gets traded or we drop him or he beats him out for the job. I believe this is a great move for him. Now, the actual numbers did not come out about what Marcus Mariota's contract will be. Maybe it'll come out later, and if it does, I'll probably put it in this video. Maybe 4 to 7 million for a 3-year deal. Who knows? Like I alliterated in my last video about Marcus Mariota, Mike Mayock was really high on him in the 2015 NFL draft. He believed that he was the #1 quarterback coming into that year's draft over Jameis Winston. And for me, as an Uso, seeing my cousin going into the NFL draft, I wanted the Raiders to go out and get him, but the Raiders already had Derek Carr, so I knew that we weren't going to go and get him. We ended up getting Amari Cooper, who we shipped out for a first-round pick. Jesus Christ. And it's crazy how this came around full circle. He's coming to Las Vegas as a Raider. And not only that, he fits John Gruden's system real well, and I believe John Gruden can groom him to be a solid quarterback. You already know the mobility that Marcus Mariota has around the pocket. He can move around, he can run for the first down, maybe run for a touchdown, extend plays, make a play downfield or whatnot. And he can also check down the ball as well, just like Derek Carr. He can do all the things that you want to see from a quarterback. Now, his whole career has been plagued by injuries, and he wasn't able to be consistent over at Tennessee. But one thing is for sure, he was able to beat Kansas City in Kansas City. Something that Derek Carr hasn't done yet, but you know, I still got a lot of trust in Derek Carr anyways. Another Raider that was really excited about this move was Hall of Famer Tim Brown. He tweeted about how happy he was to have Marcus Mariota on this team, saying, "Raiders, extremely happy to see Marcus Mariota sign. I've been saying since he was benched, Marcus and John belong together. If Derek does what I think he will do, Marcus may never play for us, but he will be a more confident quarterback the next time he does play." Now, that is a lot of praise from a former Raiders great, but if we were to look back at his stats, just like Derek Carr, his best season was in 2016, having 3,426 yards for 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And then his career started going down from there. Last year, and 2019 was his worst season as a pro, only throwing for 1,203 yards for 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And as you guys all know, he was replaced by Ryan Tannehill, and Ryan Tannehill balled out. I believe this is a fresh start and a really great move for Marcus Mariota and the Las Vegas Raiders. And one big takeaway I do take away from this move is Tom Brady's not going to be a Raider, and we're not going to overspend for that old ass quarterback. You feel me? Anywho, my free agency grade for Marcus Mariota is a solid A. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If this is the first time you're watching this video, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this, because there's gonna be a lot of moves going on. And goddamn, I think I just got a notification that Corey Littleton is coming to the Raiders. So Raider Nation, your boy is, yeah.